Um, Making sure I find myself on X and make sure I can hear myself. Making sure I can. That is perfect. All right, we are dialed in. And today we are dialing in things with a smoother, more refined pairing. We're going to kind of hit a different lane here. This pairing is all about elegance over intensity. Talking about a delicate Highland single malt Scotch matched with one of the cleanest Connecticut shade cigars in the game. This is balance, subtlety, finesse from the first sip to the final draw. So stick with me because we got like 15 to 20 minutes. You can do it. I know you can do it. We are going to be pairing Glenmorangie with an Ashton classic Magnum. Glenmorangie is, as I said, a Highland single malt Scotch. This is the original, the 10-year. It's their base Scotch. Go ahead and some of this glassed up. It is aged 10 years. It's 40% alcohol by volume, so it's 80 proof. And it is that like classic Highland Scotch. It is. It's 100% malted barley. The pure malted barley delivers like a clean, kind of cereal sweet backbone with a floral and citrus lift to it, allowing the subtle notes to shine instead of being masked by a grain heaviness. Aged 10 years, as I keep saying, in first and second fill ex-bourbon American oak casks. So you got that going for you. On the nose, I really do enjoy the Scotch. It is, it's not like one of those that's going to knock your socks off, but it's gentle and pleasing and savory. On the nose, you get notes of citrus and peach and vanilla cream. It's got a kind of a light honeyness to it, and some really nice, soft kind of floral notes there, kind of floating around in the background. If you've never tried it, you should try it. If you're somebody that's always thought about getting into Scotch, but you've heard stuff and you don't know, start right here. Glenmorangie 10-year looks just like that. Comes in one of these. So you're looking for the box at the package store, and it is very affordable, like less than $50 for a 10-year-old. I know it's not 12, 15, 18, whatever, but it's really great. It is a great starting place when you're talking about single malts. Now, on the palate. You do get just a kind of a hint of maltiness, or maybe just a little hint of earthiness, but predominantly what you get is vanilla and orange zest and a really nice kind of light toffee sweetness and some nice creamy fruit. It is it's delicious. It really is. I don't get paid for this. Would I steer you wrong? Um, Now the finish is medium length. It's clean. There's a little bit of lingering citrus and a nice gentle oakiness to it. Um, and you can just look at it in the glass. I mean, it is. I don't know that there is, other than maybe some of the Japanese whiskeys. I don't know if there is another whiskey that is that light of gold. That almost doesn't even qualify as gold. I mean, it is just very, very light, but it is delicate. It does have some great legs to it. Um, so don't overlook it. Definitely. And like I said, if you're just getting into Scotch, this be a really good place to start. Kind of get your feet wet. You want to start with the Highlands or the Speyside and kind of work your way up. So it is really great. Not my favorite Scotch, even though I do talk glowingly about it. Um, my favorite is the Dalmore 12-year-old. Don't do that at the cigar shop. Um, but I do prefer Highlands or Speyside. I'm not a big smoky peaty guy, so I don't do a lot of Islays. I've dabbled with some of the lowlands. I don't think I've ever had a Campbelltown. And then of course I've had some of the islands, island Scotch, Isle of Skye, Highland, uh, Highland Park, which is from the Isle of Orkney. Um, but yeah, the Islays, that Islay region in Scotland is just a little bit too much for me, except for Bruichladdich Classic Lottie. That's a really good Scotch. But start here, and then you have a whole lot to explore. Now, we're pairing that with the Ashton Classic Magnum. Um, it has Dominican filler and binder. It is a Connecticut shade wrapper. The construction is uh, typical Ashton flawless construction. The outer wrapper is silky smooth. Um, it's light tan, and it does have minimally visible seams, but they are very tight. And medium to moderate, mild to medium, I guess you'd say, veining. You can probably see there's a couple right there that are a little pronounced. Oh, and the band, sorry, it comes with a cedar sleeve on it, and I almost tore the band completely off of it trying to get the cedar sleeve off. Uh, but doesn't look good in pictures like that. On the nose, you get a nice creaminess. You get a little bit of notes of hay in there and some light cedar, and just kind of a faint nuttiness. Now on the cold draw, sweet cream, almond, some soft bread, and maybe even just some hint of raisin in there. Fly. All right, let's go ahead and fire this thing up. I just punch cut it, and using my C-Car double torch. Rather windy here today. Keeps looking like it's going to darken up and rain, but I can see blue sky. I don't know. Here's Texas. On the palate, I get cream, toasted nuts, a little bit of light cedar mixed in there, and just a nice kind of natural sweetness, not anything really specific. Uh, Decent smoke producer. Uh, I think I do need my single here. Give it a little touch. I always want to know right away if it's me, which it normally is. So all right, I'm gonna take the band off. It's just flopping around there. All right, here you go. The retro is very simple. You get some leather, a little bit of maybe like lemon zest, and then just a touch of pepper. Not a lot, just a little. It's a really good cigar. Again, this is another one. Now, this one is, like a little more expensive than you would pay for like an Oliva O or G or something like that. But this is another good one. If you're just thinking about getting into cigars, it'd be a good place to start. It's not overwhelming. It's smooth. It's got good character to it, and that starts you down the path. Don't jump out there with a Habano or a Maduro or an Oscuro. Yeah, you'll make yourself sick really quick. Keep the training wheels on. Work your way up. All right, let's try them together. Pretty good. Pretty good. But I'm going to try it again. I see you jumping in there, Armin. Thank you. Glad you're here. Hope you enjoy it. Um, Together, the Glenmorangie really mirrors and kind of amplifies the cigar. Vanilla and citrus kind of brighten that creaminess, creating a clean, almost a dessert-like opening. Uh, Definitely a very, kind of relaxing kind of experience. I was thinking the first few puffs, I'm like, seems to be a little tougher to draw on, but now it's opening right on up. I did punch it. Just can't get quite as much airflow through it where I normally do V cut. My V cutter's back over here somewhere. So anyway, I think you can tell it's a good smoke producer. Not a smoke monster though. Not going to overwhelm you. Like I said, this is a wonderful getting your feet wet kind of experience. If you're new into cigars, if you've had other spirits, but you're just trying to get into scotches, uh, Scotch is, I mean, it is a different kind of animal. There are so many different things. There are 5 Scotch making regions. It's a small country. You've got Highlands, Speyside, Lowland, Campbelltown, and Islay. And in the Islay, they kind of shove the other islands in there, Orkney and the Isle of Skye. But um, while Highland and Speyside are fairly similar, the others all offer different things. And Islay is like the stiffest one of the bunch, I guess would be a good way to say it. Yeah. Don't jump out there on that one, like really quick. You go like Brooklotic's Port Charlotte or a Lagavulin. Uh, I've sipped a Lagavulin before, never touched it again. Too smoky, too peaty for me. Some guys love it. That's what they want. It's been popular over the last few years, but I couldn't get into it. I couldn't even try it to do an episode on it. It was to me, it was that overpowering. Just the smoke and the peat part of it. Not that it was a strong spirit. It was just I couldn't taste anything but burnt ashes. Man. And this is one of those you should be able to pick up fairly easily. Should be able to find Glenmorangie, the original, at your package store. Should not have a hard time finding Ashton's Classic um, at your local cigar shop. I'm not much on going into the package stores humidors. I know Total Wine has like a fairly large humidor, the one or two that I go to. I bought some cigars out of there before, but that's not their thing. And so I have found out that sometimes if it's not your thing, some that have been a little dry or a little too humidified and they like bust open. So I tend to stay away from there. I just go to my cigar shop. Those guys need it too. They need all the help they can get because it's a jungle out there. So anyway, we're running out of time here, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll this along. As you get on into the cigar, get closer to the halfway point, that second third, um, you'll find that the cedar becomes a little more defined. There's some hints of like buttered toast or something along that lines, and a little bit of white pepper makes an appearance. The whiskey citrus and floral tones now add a dimension, bringing kind of a lemon cream kind of profile that elevates the cigar's mid mild core without overpowering it. Um, and then as you get deeper into the cigar, close to the finish, uh, there will be a slight increase in earthiness. You'll get some notes of like toasted oak, kind of a dry nuttiness. Think along the lines of just, peanuts. Um, but the Glenmorangie keeps everything in balance and makes it very refreshing. It prevents the cigar from becoming kind of dry and flat while it maintains while maintaining an elegance all the way through the finish. They do really go well together. Again, not a pairing that's going to just blow your socks off. Not going to be like, oh wow, this is awesome. It's just a great balanced pairing that's smooth and elegant and just allows you to enjoy it. The Connecticut shade wrapper drives that kind of creamy, nutty smoothness. Just perfectly complements the Glenmorangie's citrus vanilla brightness. Overall, like I said, this is a precision pairing. It's not about contrast. It's not about harmony. Or it is about harmony. Um, they're both light-bodied and refined, and incredibly approachable. This is kind of a perfect daytime, early evening, just want to chill a little bit kind of pairing. Uh, I would give the Glenmorangie, the original, like a 8.5, 8.6 out of 10. The classic, the Ashton Classic Magnum, like 8.5 out of 10. Total pairing, I would give 8.7 because together they do mesh very well and they kind of support each other. The strength here is going to be the balance and the approachability and that clean flavor layering that goes on. The limitation, as I said, is kind of it lacks intensity. If you're craving something bold that's going to knock your socks off, this is not it. But if you just want something to sit back and enjoy and just kind of savor, it's the perfect thing. And as I've said multiple times here, it's a great starter for people just getting into it. Great starter. I hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, ring all the bells, blow all the whistles, and tell your friends about me. I'm on all the platforms except TikTok. I'm not a TikTok guy, but Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, Rumble. If you're into listening to podcasts, you can catch all my episodes. I'm hosted on Sprecher, but that carries to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, iHeartRadio Podcasts, Locals. I think I've got Locals too. Uh, so you can pretty much find me anywhere. So tell your friend if they love listening to Spotify or whatever. Hey, you need to listen to some of this guy's stuff. He's always talking about spirits and cigars. You really like him. He's kind of entertaining, or he's really a dumbass. I don't know. Anyway, until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, stones cold. Have a great day.